welcome Andre to the round table in the studio.
Thank you, Yvette.
Yeah, for this impromptu interview. We were chatting earlier, so I was like, oh my word, this would be a nice time to record. And then you froze, you went blank. So then you said this would actually be a really good podcast. So now we are recording here in the studio. It's going to be a very organic interview, so I'm just going to ask a few things. Andre is an artist, and that's how I know him first and foremost as an artist. He's got work at Lost and Found Gallery here in Ladysmith. And he's also a new teacher at Looking2Learn. And his specialization for now is going to be art and the self. So art classes and workshops around that. So introspection, self-awareness, those themes and ideas. But I will hand over to Andre to introduce himself and share a bit how he got into art and what made him continue the art journey, and why is he so interested in art and self-introspection. Here's a mic.
Yeah. Thank you, Yvette. Yes. The reason why, how I came about with art first, and who I am. So, I am Andre Renk, and I'm an artist and a very interesting character. So, I love art and creating and just new creations based on my work. So, how I came about with art is based on I started in grade 10 with visual arts. I had a subject called visual arts, and then we started, as they call it, Afrikaans. I'm not Afrikaans verkeerd gepraat. So ons het beeldewerk gedoen, en dan het ons ook baie van kunswerke soos met portrette en verskillende mediums mee gewerk. Ons baie op olie en akriel gefokus, en dan ook die kunsttegnieke, en dan ook net meer oor onsself ook geleer. So self-awareness, so hoe en wat vind jy binne in jouself, en hoe om authentiek te raak as moontlik. So die true authenticness in jou te vind, en wat jy wil develop en op papier sit, of op enige medium wat jy wil gebruik. Het was altyd net lekker gewees om net jouself te wees, en deur kunswerk en deur beeldewerk kan jy goedjies vorm met die God-given tools, jou hande. Kan jy enige iets create, en hoe jy jou brain of jou mind en jou mindset apply met die kunswerke en die beeldewerk en so aan. Ek het self ook gesien soos portrette wat so verskillende dimensies gee van lewe en vlakke van interpretasie en perception, en dan dat dit net beter my as persoon as 'n autentiek lig begin stel, om te sê dit is wie ek is, dit is wat ek kan doen, en dit is wat ek kan ook aanpas, myself by aanpas. Ons almal het al soos voorheen trauma ook experience miskien, of excitement stadiums al gevind in ons lewe. En vir my was kuns al die tyd nog net die uitweg gewees om myself te express en te project, en dat ander mense kan sien wat ek kan doen, en vir myself wat ek kan doen en ook net hoe hulle sê die verskillende needs to achieve. So the need for affiliation byvoorbeeld is een van hulle en hoe ander mense jou sien en hoe hulle jou werk sien om te doen en is altyd lekker as jy terugvoering ook kry van ander mense af. So want daar's mense daar buite wat hulle is, okay, daar's baie karaktervoorbeelde so like introverts en dan hulle voel ongemaklik met hulle self evens en wat inkom na hulle internal economy toe. So wanneer mense byvoorbeeld soos sê net, fantasize by face sometimes en net iets negatief sê soms raak hulle so byvoorbeeld jou karakter. So byvoorbeeld nou dit is nee, hoekom draai jy baie broeke?
Byvoorbeeld, ja.
En dan dit was goed vir jou gewees, het goed gevoel vir jou as persoon. En miskien is die persoon se karakter is 'n introvert, maar hy wil dit voel goed vir hom, maar nou wil kom die next persoon en dan sê die next persoon byvoorbeeld nee, maar die broek lyk nie reg aan jou nie en so aan nie. Maar dit is 'n voorbeeld van waar jy jouself vind en dit maak nie saak wat eintlik ander mense se opinies regtig is nie. Jy het dit gecreate, dit is jou understanding oor dit, dit is jou true authenticity, so to say.
Dis gaan ons sparkle word vir die week wees.
Ja. So ja, en dit is beter om jouself te wees en hoe ek gesê het voorheen is dat jy kan jouself vind deur kuns. En kuns is op so verskillende vlakke soos ons weet, visual arts, events, drama, tonele, hoe jy about gaan met hoe jy jouself project raak in jou stem. So dis alles wat van jou afkom as persoon.
En musiek maak.
Ja, music.
Yeah, and what I like about art, because you mentioned a few things now around affiliation and strength of character, knowing yourself, right? But it's amazing for me, so I'll probably speak English and Afrikaans, but it's amazing for me how as human beings we need to belong, right? And at the same time we're also a self. And if you are going to be worried or steer yourself what other people think, but it's like belonging is very important to you, maybe too important, but it comes from maybe a sore point or a specific need. And so art, through making art, you can understand what your needs are, but also strengthen what is important to you. You can find what makes you tick, and then maybe if you in a different group, they won't, and maybe it's a music group, say the first group that you were with, they didn't like that you like specific songs, and then you found yourself cast out all the time. But keeping with making the music and embracing that, being able to steer away from the group and see that you actually attract another group who like music, your songs or whatever, that beat that you make. I find that, or I think that it's interesting how art can help us be in places within ourselves that we feel good, and then therefore we create groups that almost like they enhance that. And then within that new group you make really nice music, and then the other group also join because they like the songs that you make together. Yeah.
It's true. Ja, dis waar inkom by affiliation, ja.
Affiliation. I didn't necessarily study it. My experience with art is from young. So I always wanted to be an artist, or my father said I wanted to be a designer, fashion designer. But I left the art. I think all artists, when you're young or you're in a family group, they're like, oh, why do you want to be an artist? You must be an accountant or a lawyer or something like that. But then it finds its way anyway back into your life as you get older. And I found art in a clinic setting. So it was part of the hospitalization, the classes you must go into. So that's where I think the trauma lens comes in.
Yeah.
So it can help understand. But I think all of us as human beings are creative, and it speaks to like the soul inside. So I find it very interesting that you see it, you use it, and you want to teach people how to use art as a tool for the self, as a healing modality.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yes, that's why that's my passion. Art is my passion, and it's very therapeutic. And you can just focus on yourself, finding yourself, because there was a time where you like I've identified and analysis people. I've worked with people, and within this whole chaotic state of information, everybody have information, but not everybody has the ability to express it. So, and then with art within my life, I've noticed that every line, example, a squiggly line, has also a specific action to it. It can indicate the action, it can indicate a texture. So a line is resembling something, and a color is also a sign of something. It's giving a message. So it depends how you set the setting and what techniques you are using, the methods you're gonna apply to it, and how are you bringing the atmosphere to your canvas. So not everybody is going to interpret it as you are interpreting it, because due to your past experiences, but that true self of you, that you are authentic on that paper, and you believe in what you are doing there, is just making it easier for you and the next person to understand you, and that you are just flowing into the paradigm. You see?
So do you do, not to give your class away, but do you work in the sense of, so as you was explaining, like the line having its own story, your own lens, and this line like saying what is, whether it's squiggly of that a straight lane is die persoon conscious of unconscious? Gee jy 'n instruksie of sê jy okay, gooi, en dan sê jy okay, dis eintlik wat jy sê? Or are you saying do a line and then they are conscious when they're saying okay, I'm going to do this line and I have this intention, ek weet wat ek doen, ek gaan dit doen, en dis wat ek sê, en dan praat julle oor dit? Of hoe werk dit? So it's unconscious or conscious?
So the majority of the time it's going to be conscious. Okay. And after a while, as we are adapting and understanding the whole process from the beginning, from the conscious state of just feeling, doing, that's going to be the start, conscious state. And then after a while, we're going to go deeper to understand the subconscious state of, why do I really see? Why do I really feel in the state of so-called my dream world? And bring it alive onto canvases or whatever medium we're going to use, so that the rest can understand what is happening in our subconscious state. And so that we can sync the subconscious state and the conscious state based on what you are, or what situation you currently at.
Yeah, because what I also imagine there to be or to happen is, just from normal human beings, is when we meet people, we're obviously wearing masks. And then we are wearing masks consciously and then also unconsciously for ourselves. So when you're in the subconscious and you're in the dream state beyond now, if you take them obviously to the second level, sometimes there are things I think we are afraid of even admitting to ourselves. And then you're like in this like, oh okay, that's actually me. Then that's actually a very precious state. Like the subconscious is actually a very precious state because that's where you are most vulnerable. So one has to feel safe.
Yes, it's true.
Because you're very naked there.
Yeah.
You're very revealing.
Yeah, they say on that in that state where you so-called feeling naked is based on the truth actually. So the moment you experience the truth of yourself, you need to start to build a bridge of understanding based on the reflection of yourself. So yeah, because otherwise most people don't want to make peace and find the peace actually in the truth. Yeah, or in that naked state as they call it, as we just said. Because otherwise they are afraid of it, but they have it already in their disposal, and then they don't know yet how to utilize it. But the main point is to understand it.
Yeah. It's like when you were speaking, I was thinking, that when they say the truth shall set you free, because we guard ourselves up, and yet the truth is so beautiful. It's each of us with our own sense of truth, which I think is all connected. But we have to barrier up because of those fears that we have to put on. Or so we worry about what people will think about that truth that is so tender and sacred. So I imagine that a class with you or a couple of classes with you, embracing that sacredness and that vulnerability, and then once you work through that and process it, how would you show up in the world after that? Like embracing your own truth.
Yes, yeah. You will be at peace and at peace with your own self, and you will just be you and feeling confident because you know what is your building blocks. And when you're up there high, as we call it, you are just being yourself because you know what you are made of, and you realize it and you understand it. So the moment if that decision making is coming back to you, or the situation is coming back to you, you know exactly what to do, how to do it accordingly your way of in your capabilities.
So classes like that, although it may seem as amper so ver is, maar kan dit my help as ek inspiring is en iemand takes a trolley and knocks me, knowing myself, what would that look like after doing classes with you, like or getting to know those building blocks?
So you automatically understanding regarding a situation will paint out within your mind. So and the deeper understanding, the advanced state of understanding will automatically embrace itself and bloom. Because the mere fact is understanding is so important for each and one van almal van ons. Want as ons nie verstaan wat die situasie is nie, soos byvoorbeeld nou gesê het van iemand loop 'n ongeluk in jou, dit gaan nie altyd oor wat jy voel nie. Dit gaan oor wat die next persoon sy situasie ook was, maar die understanding kom nog steeds by jouself. So jy moet kan verstaan hoekom die persoon se interpretasie so is. En hoekom die persoon se opinie so is. En as ons terugkom na die kunswerk toe, as iemand moet kyk na jou kunswerk, dan is dit soos jy verstaan hoekom die persoon se opinie so is. As gevolg van dit is die facets wat die persoon opnoem. En jy kan dit analiseer om te sê, okay, ek weet hoekom hy dit sê. Dit was my painting en ek het dit so gedoen. En om terug te kom na die trolley toe. As iemand vas in jou loop, dit kom nog steeds op dieselfde tegniek uit en method. Dat ek verstaan hoekom hy het miskien te vinnig geloop. So dit is van die next persoon af. The understanding is daar.
Yeah, no, that sounds like, sure. It's peacemaking without there even needing to be a confrontation. Because within yourself already, you've walked there. You know, you've walked and you've, it's like because those building blocks are addressed or you walked in that landscape, whether there was shame in there or any resistances, through the exercises, it's like you remove the defenses. So in a real life situation then, the conflict is less.
Yeah.
Because you're not guarded on the inside.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about shame actually. Because I work obviously with the trauma stuff. I work through a lot of content and courses around shame. So from my own experiences. So the things I've needed to face and remember and forgive myself for my optredes done. I wouldn't now maybe present the same. I wouldn't see the situation in the same way, but I had to go visit there. So it's almost like landscape. Be there, visit there. Now I find that people share a lot with me around shame, or they don't even talk about shame specifically. It's almost like because I've had to address it, the conversations that I surround myself is not around shame, but people feel more relaxed and they feel more then expressive. All the things that I couldn't do when I was ashamed, it's like I find people share that overcoming, or they feel comfortable to share, but it's like you must have walked there. So whether it's shame, guilt, it could be anger, and I mean there's still lots for me to walk around, but I notice the relaxed sense and within myself, but also other people. Ja,
dit is ja, dit is hoe ons elkeen moet dink dat ons elkeen het eintlik daai is net hoe ons beskerm dit ons beskerm die shame because ons dink dit gaan verkeerd uitloop of verkeerd afloop en dan moet ons net soos my kan verstaan okay, this is my current state en ek moet nou as 'n proactive model optree. As ek nie as 'n proactive model optree nie, dan gaan alles net so iemand moet leadership neem van die situasie. En wie gaan dit wees? Jy jouself. Ek weet van nie dat it doesn't matter hoeveel mense daar is nie, alles die groep. Alles dit. So dit wys net dat dit is alles net begin by jouself. En hoe beter jy in die situasie optree en dit based op die thoughts en whatever van ander mense ook. Dit beteken dat jy kan stewardship neem oor die hele situasie. Because you are the one who's understanding it. You are the one who can steer the whole process for the rest because you understand it. So ja, om terug te kom na 'n kunswerk toe. Dit is hoe ek dis wat ek bedoel ook met peace binne 'n kunswerk. En stewardship in dit. Dit wys net dat kunswerk kan vir jou heeltemal bring tot op 'n understanding point van dit is my layout, dit is my landscape, dit is hoe dit lyk, dit is waartoe ek nou beweeg en dit is wie ek nog miskien saam met my vat in die situasie en dit is hoe ek myself kan project of alles my hele situasie kan project vir ander mense wat hulle moet verstaan. Like, okay, this is my capabilities. Ek kan nie verder as dit gaan nie. Dis my boundaries. So
boundaries, the B word.
The B word. That B.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, it's like, and I think that's a buzzword also. Besides authenticity, is boundaries. But how does one? I mean, even boundaries, like they seem so like fences and high walls. But I think through understanding oneself, through like artwork and creativity, a boundary doesn't have to be a loud thing or a high wall, but it's more something that you are actually taking leadership of, what a boundary means to you in different forms, whether you want to be addressed in a certain way or not. It's like you don't even have to say it. The way you command yourself, people will maybe just suddenly start speaking softer to you because you just have that energy. It's just like they just automatically, without you saying, no, don't speak to me like that. It's like, and then they just speak like that. But it feels like that would take a lot of work because I think also the media and what I see on social media, it's like, and you must not take this and not take that. And partly, yes, it's true. And at the same time, that it seems like the ultimate, if you got to know yourself and just treat yourself like that, how your building blocks are, that the rest will follow.
Yeah. So.
Do you work with boundaries and things within your classes? Or not specifically, or do you?
Yeah, so based on boundaries, I'm going to make a simple example. So you have a table example. You have a table, there's a canvas on the table, and you have all of these tools that you're like a paintbrush, and then also your medium that you're using. So let's say acrylic paint. So you have the canvas as your boundary. Okay, so there's no frame. It's open, and the table is also there. You know that the canvas is yours, and the table is also yours. But the pictures would be on the canvas, not on the table and the canvas. So you're gonna know how to set your boundaries and how to stay in that boundaries, and how to perform whatever you should within that boundaries, because that's in your disposal. So it means if you go out of the boundary and you're going to remove automatically the canvas from the table, but you were painting the table and the canvas at once, it means that there was a waste. It was fruitless automatically. So you're going to clean the table, but you're going to use still the canvas. So what does it say? It means
so yes, what were the last part you were saying?
Boundaries.
Boundaries, yeah.
So yes, so boundaries is good. Okay. Boundaries is setting and preventing you from unnecessary consequences. So you can do a task example, but it should not be so messy that you are not able to clean it up, and it should not be so messy that it affects the rest. To clean up for you as a person. That's why boundaries is good. Because if you think about a table, your main objective was to put the picture on the canvas, and now you missed on the table. As a start, messy is fine, but now the rest of the other people should clean after you. So they clean your messy up now, and you're not able to clean your messy. So it should not affect them in a negative sense. See what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think we're all learning how to not make a mess? It's like as the individual, but then also collectively. And the mess, in inverted commas, being, I think it manifests in different forms. So, a quick, I think, too easy example is, say, two people in a relationship. One oversteps a boundary, maybe hits the one, and then a person has to call, the other one has to call the police. Police must come and sort out. That's a mess.
Yeah.
That's an example of a mess. That's also why we have the police, to have to kind of help with all the messes. But do you think then, if we all start looking at our own things, our own self-awareness, like the one person, they're not even entering into a relationship where they can see the signs of the boundaries already being broken long before the first went up. Do you think then, working through those types of themes and work, that it will be helpful to other systems, like, for example, the police, or the reason why there's those messes to clear up?
Yeah, so there is for sure. Based on yourself, so understanding again. So if we understand that this is the boundary, I should not oversteer it of the next person. So you're in a relationship, and you force, like example, in some relationships they force. So that's where the heating is coming in and stuff like that. Morals is automatically falling. So the respect is not anymore there, and based on both of you two as partners, both parties don't reach consensus anymore. So then they go for a third party automatically. So how the art is coming into this is based on understanding yourself, understanding your boundaries, accepting what is currently in your disposal, and what you have as resources, so that you not oversteer it and overstep your boundaries as a person, or even as an artist. So that the rest will understand, accept, and that you not disrespect their boundaries, or their boundaries basically.
Because I'm trying to think, like, with your art classes, they're not just for artists, it is a type of inner language that for anybody, they could be struggling with something. For example, maybe they can't understand why they keep sitting in the same type of relationship, or they can't understand why they're not moving forward in their career, or they have conflict with their parents, they don't know. But each have their own personal thing. You don't have to be an artist. Maybe you just have a question, or you're curious about things. So how your art classes can help in different scenarios in life. So I'm trying to see and start using those examples. Because artists, I'm sure we also find ourselves in those types of situations. But it's not specifically for artists. It's for people.
It's for people, My classes will focus on people. So in any facet or aspect of life. So it's for the people and for the love of people and their situations. It's not just based on problematic situations, even just by, as we said, the relationship side of things maybe, or just personal improvement. And it comes back to the fact that we want to reach understanding regarding a situation. And in this case, it's based on art. So art will be the visual projection of yourself consciously and subconsciously. So what you are currently feeling and what you are dreaming about, and how to see it according to your own creation.
Yeah, I always find that art is so freeing, because each person has their own lens. So each person can interpret something. It doesn't have to be what the artist or the art maker said it must be. And it's something nobody can take away from you, is your lens. So I imagine for any person to attend your classes, it would be like finding a sense of freedom.
For sure. Yeah. Self freedom and self acceptance.
And peace.
And peace.
Yeah, that's it, that inner peace, but it takes work.
Yeah,
and it takes courage also to do something like that.
Yeah, it takes courage to identify it yourself and become, as they say, competent with yourself, to reach confidence. Yeah, it's taking something from yourself, for yourself, and earn on it.
The return on the investment of
Yeah.
taking that time
It's fruitful.
It's fruitful. Yeah, because every mark, like you said, says something, means something, and you getting to know what your own mark means.
It's a wow factor.
Yeah.
It's a wow factor.
Indeed, you're just like, you're working there, like you can see a lot of eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. It's a true feeling that's going through you and yourself. Because it's based on yourself.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you'll get a few curious people, because I think when people are curious, they are already open. There's already a window open or a door open, and for you just to like, oh no, for them to walk through their own door.
Yeah.
Not you go there; they go out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be something interesting for people of all ages and all walks of life. That the gift is there within themselves. That's very empowering. So
I'm just the assistant. The
facilitator.
And facilitator.
Yeah. No, I wish you many positive experiences and life-changing moments within that sense. And I know you have the art, and you also do other work. You also do a lot of other things. I don't know if you want to share a bit about the business that you're going to start and the coding and things that you do. Your wide mind. Feel free to share a bit about that as well.
Okay, I'll do so. Yeah, so I'm currently working as based in a community safety environment, and then my passion was always to understand, as they say, both worlds, if that's the right phrase, the human side of things, and secondly, artificial intelligence. So human intelligence and artificial intelligence. Human side of things, I always wanted to have it more deeper understanding based on psychology and also the capability of the human. And then the artificial intelligence side of things was based on computers, networking, architecture, infrastructure, and also the software side of things. So how the whole umbrella of things are connected and who are connected within the, as they call, the fourth industrial revolution. Yeah.
Okay, so and that's what you do in your what do you do in your spare time? Do you have any?
Yes, in my spare time, I'm focusing basically on just art.
Okay.
So I'm creating. I'm always creating things according to my capability. So origami, I'm doing origami as well, and it's based on how I feel and what type of object I want to fold out of paper. So if you know what is origami, or if you don't know, I'll explain to you. Origami is paper folding, not using any print, as they should say, print, and it's just based on paper folding, and then you'll see the object after a while, after few folds and crosses, as they would say. Yes, and then that's the result. So it's procedural based origami, and then the rest I'm focusing on my own work. So it doesn't matter what it is. I make from pot plants to pieces that looks like humans. Yeah, so, and it's all based on, so dis in Afrikaans beeldhouwwerk.
So you and it's all out of paper, right?
Yes, all of them are out of paper. And then the rest of die beeldhouwwerk is nou, die origami is paper. En die beeldhouwwerk is nou enige ek vat soms stokkies en dan meng ek die verskillende materiale. Soos ek sal blikkies soms vat en dan lyk dit ek kan byvoorbeeld 'n phone holder kan ek maak uit blikkies uit due to ek weet dit is aluminium of aluminium. En dan gebruik ek daai spesifieke materiaal vir die doeleinde as vir tech, miskien soos ek gesê het, die selfoon holder. So en dan of 'n hanger of maar goedjies wat nuttig is vir wat mense kan gebruik. Ja,
so dit is hoekom jy gevra het van Candice.
Ja.
Vir die uitwinning, die sakke en goedjies. Ja, sy maak ook goedjies uit hout en plastiek vir jou tablet of jou phone, like phone stands en goedjies. En sy is altyd besig om te eksperimenteer. So ek dink julle moet maar in Augustus kom sy terug. Julle by mekaar kom. Ons het ook in die studio 'n bietjie geëksperimenteer. Failed experiment. Failed. But it was wonderful to try because ons het gedink of ons gaan dit doen en was amper soos alles was in ons koppe. En toe ons uiteindelik gedoen die probeer het, toe werk dit nie. Maar is amper soos dan kon ons relax.
Ja.
Want is amper soos was die hele tyd aan die gang. Is amper soos dit was in ons subconscious. En terwyl dit in ons subconscious was, is dit het vir my so gevoel, is asof jy, it's like you're holding your breath in. One part of you is like a circle, and you're holding your breath, and it's going. You're carrying on, but there's like this thing going, and like holding your breath. And then when we did it, it was like, okay. Because while you're thinking about it, or it's in your subconscious, it's in your system, dink jy is besig om te dink, gaan dit werk, gaan dit nie, gaan dit werk, gaan dit nie. Is dit on, off, on, off, on, off. You could be brushing your teeth on, off, on, off. But as soon as you do it, it's like it's fulfilled. That which needs to be made is fulfilled. And your energy can be taken from there. Because your energy is going there, it's holding it. Or like you're juggling. And you're just like carrying on. And once the experiment was done, toe kon ons nou relax. So toe sê sy nee, terwyl sy nou besig met hierdie eksperiment, gaan ander goedjies aan. Toe sê ek, okay, wag. Ons moet kalmeer. Maar ons gaan weer experiment wanneer sy terug is. Dan sal ons vir jou WhatsApp stuur en sê, okay, bring your scientist gear. And your glasses. Want dit was lekker om so te speel. Dit was regtig baie lekker om so te speel. En goedjies te maak wat nie uitwerk nie. It was also, it wasn't successful. I say a failed experiment because it didn't work out according to our imagination. But it wasn't a failed experiment as a whole because we have this experience now. Ons is nou ryk, ons weet dit gaan nie. If somebody had to ask, no, it doesn't work. You know, like that experience of trying made us richer. Yeah.
Ja, dit is om te dink dit is die mees rykste vorm van self-acceptance based on this wondering. This wondering.
Yeah.
And the wondering that's causing, as they would say, guilt feeling of not doing it yet. But at the end of the day, you reached and you accomplished what your main objective was. And based on that attempt. Yeah.
So it didn't actually matter if it worked or not.
Yeah.
It was actually
in action. It was in action.
Yeah. Seriously, imagine just like having that. I suppose then if you have it in your inner landscape, or that acceptance, which ties into what she was saying about seeing life and every interaction as an experiment. If you have that result of acceptance and you take that to real life, it adds to that peace within oneself, because you will find and you will try more, and then whether you succeed or not that's not on the cards. That's not the question. Or even a relationship, an idea you want to try. It's like you'll be meeting it halfway with that understanding in your background, and then obviously with the other person, and then you'll be able to communicate more and say like, this is just not working out.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's with
the
peace.
Okay. Yeah, the okay factor. It's called the okay factor.
Yeah.
Reaching peace at the end of the day.
It's also one of my friends asked me for a birthday, what do I want? Oh, birthday, inner peace.
Inner peace. What is that inner peace?
Yeah, I don't think they sell it in the shops.
Yeah, no. It's only from my own internal shop.
Yeah, but that's wonderful that there's somebody out there like you who can help a person just first of all hand them the tools, right? But also that possibility of that, because I find still, there's so many things you can get to peace, but you still think that external thing is gonna give it to you. But with somebody like you and doing a class, it's like you can reach that within yourself. You don't need that car. You don't need that status symbol. What are your real needs?
You identify within yourself. What's your real needs? There's no need for that harshness sometimes. You can go to the extent of harshness peacefully through.
And I suppose also compassion for others who are struggling with reaching their own understanding of that experience that they're experiencing. One teachers once said, and this was shared with him, around if you want to have compassion for others, real compassion, true compassion, not enabling others, but true compassion, and give them that chance to also work through their experiences, you have to empty yourself. And how do you empty yourself? It's like you have to walk away all the stuff that you need to walk through and work through. But then when you're empty, it's like then you can actually really hold another person's experience. Again, not hold like, okay, help them in a really physical sense, but see what they're going through as theirs. It's their gift, their struggle. They in their butterfly and they in their cocoon. And if you try to take them out too early, it's like you rob them of that full victory. You can support. Obviously, I'm not saying don't help somebody, but that support. But that means you must know the value of that difficult chart that you have to walk within yourself. If you know that, you can give it to another person and be there for them, support them. But if you take them out too quickly,
it's the understanding won't be reached, and self-fulfillment won't be there. You need them to nurture themselves in a healthy environment, in a well environment. Like as you was just saying about the cocoon, they are winding themselves, but they are in a safe space of doing it. So, and then by just supporting them, they are able to accomplish their goal.
Their canvas on the table. Yeah, you see, that's so deep, Andre. Yeah, and everybody then being a mirror of that. Yeah, sure. I'm like, you're taking me far. Sure, okay. So we probably still have to advertise when your classes are and how it will work. What they need to bring. Do they just bring themselves? Do they bring paper? What do you require them to bring?
So based on the interest of what the topic is going to be, or what they have in mind of a certain topic, then they should automatically feel free of what their choice of medium is going to be, or what material is going to be. So if it's going to be on a canvas, or vir ons so ons sê lap. So en dan ek kan dit bring. Maar daar is mos nou kommunikasie wat gaan wees oor as dit op canvases, dan gaan miskien ons soos akriel wees of olieverf, en dan gaan ons vir die verf prosedures duidelik maak. Wat is dit wat moet voorbeeld met olieverf moet plaasvind op 'n canvas. Sulke tipe van goedjies. So basically wat moet gebeur is, ons gaan hulle kommunikeer om te sê wat hulle nodig gaan hê. So hulle gaan goedjies saambring. In die geval van dat hulle nie kan nie, gaan ons ook dan 'n plan maak. En dan sal ons verdere inligting raak en dit ook kan kommunikeer. Maar ons wil dit maak werk vir daardie persoon.
So in daai klas gaan hulle leer, gaan dit mos meer art therapy tipe wees, né? So die exercises gaan rondom dit, maar hulle gaan vry wees om enige medium te bring. So as daar 3 mense is, kan een olie, een akriel, maar die exercises gaan dieselfde wees. Maar hulle gaan die vryheid het om hulle eie medium te bring.
Dis korrek.
Okay, so hulle kan charcoal, papier, dit wat gemaklik is vir hulle. En dan as hulle next level of next class vir hulle akriel, kan hulle dit ook so doen. Okay.
Dat hulle gemaklik voel met dit wat hulle wil accomplish.
Okay, nee, dit is goed. Dit is goed om te hoor. Okay, en dan wil jy sal jy sê gaan dit 'n klein groepe wees, of one-on-one, een-aan-een?
Ja. So dit gaan eintlik gefokus wees die meerderheid van die tyd op klein groepe.
Okay.
Sodat daar interaction ook is.
Tussen die groep.
Tussen die groepe.
Okay.
Want hulle gaan moet daar buite ook of meerderheid van die tyd socialize almal.
Okay.
So to getting the point of acceptance and who is next to you, in front of you and behind you, to start to gain confidence based on what you can do. So verkieslik klein groepe En dan as 'n persoon nie gemaklik is nog nie, dan verkies ons one-on-ones. En dit is ook heeltemal fyn met one-on-ones. Vir laat die persoon ook self begin kan develop om 'n breër picture na te kan identify.
So ja, miskien is daar mense wat bietjie bang is om hulle goedjies uit te beeld, ja. Dat jy beskikbaar sal wees om one-on-one te doen. But also just to mention that even though it would be a group session, it's not a session where everybody's going to be sharing their traumas and stuff like that. The exercise is not designed for you to put out your laundry. Because that's very personal.
Yeah, it's very personal.
So you only obviously share what you feel safe to share. And safety is important.
It's true.
Yeah. And anyway, I think each person has their own sense of when they feel safe.
Yeah.
So you will know when you want to anything you want to share. But it is not going to be a session like in a support group where even some support groups you don't have to share specifics. You're not compelled, you're not obligated to share your deepest pains. The exercise won't be designed around that. You will be safe.
Yeah, you will be safe. This is it's like a safety net, so that you can feel free to move on and accept whatever the situation might be. I know, we know, or I know as well, that there is going to be people, clients or customers that's going to want to explain their deepest, but there is a way to work around it. Because as we know also, sometimes people can share things, but what they don't know is that sometimes if you share your deepest experience sometimes, it means that there's two ways. You accept you are already through it, through the deepest, so which means you can keep it for yourself, because you went already through it. So, but sometimes there's people that's feeling just free. They are just free out there and they want to put it out there. But if it reaches that point, the people that are free, they know their boundaries regarding this topic or even the deepest conversation they want to share. Suggestively, it's actually just to enjoy, not to cry. If you want to cry, but it's based on excitement or whatever like that, it means that it's pure joyful. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you reach understanding within yourself. But if you explain and more deeper about the deep situation, it means that you are actually you want advice, and the advice you're going to get from the class is moving forward in using that inner, that soreness as a stepping stone. Because you need to move forward. Sometimes things are so deep that some people can't move forward, but there is always a way to move forward. I believe it, and it's something about, it's just something about your mindset. How you place your mindset so that your brain can fully function again.
Yeah, and not be stuck in the loop. Yeah, I mean, we all, it's almost like this, in the same way there's so many circles open and closing. There's so many loops that we find ourselves in, and it just takes an exercise or an experience, a particular experience where part of your system reaches that final landing point, and then to step forward. And we have so many, all of us have different parts, so I mean, it's wonderful that we can get to an end point, because when we're in that loop, we feel everything is around that. Everything revolves around that particular understanding, but it hasn't actually finished. It's not even an understanding, it's like a lens, because we see everything through that lens. But if we land there, and I suppose in a class, if it had to land, that there would be a particular experience, you would probably see it, or the person would see it for themselves, and then that will be a closing circle. But it doesn't need to be in you sharing. Maybe somebody else shares a particular realization, and it helps you to close your loop.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, fixing it, and completing the loop. Completing it.
Yeah. So, okay, so we are looking forward to seeing who would be curious and courageous enough to sign up for your classes. And even if you had to have big groups, you could make plans at different venues you could try, but then create little groups within the big groups. And then, yeah, see what comes, what fruit will come from the experiences.
Yes.
Is there anything else in particular you'd like to share?
No, not currently.
Okay.
Yes, not currently.
Okay. Well, thank you for this impromptu little interview. Even though, yes, we ran out of space. And we'll see how I'm going to edit this, put it together. But thank you for joining. Looking to learn, to be a teacher. And share in the passion for learning and teaching and helping people expand within themselves. So you can tell us where people can find your work. I already put the one, you have some works at Lost and Found, where they can find you online, your artwork, and maybe if you have a blog or your companies, or where people can follow and support you.
Yes. Yeah. So
yeah, please click subscribe and all that stuff. But yeah, you
yeah, so you guys can find me at Lost and Found, or my work is at Lost and Found, and then I will also share my pages, social media pages as well, where you can see my work, and also and then there is the company, my company. It's called RHRG. So it's a group of services, and it's called RHRG, stands for Rank Human Resources Group. There you can find the services. Our core service that we are rendering is based on data capturing, training, so personal training. As you guys know by now, the teaching part is one of them, and then we do also workplace training, so it's focused on businesses as well. And then there is also information systems that we are working with, so as you know, within business frame, and also CVs as for personal use and so on. That's where you can find me.
And where can you find your origami?
Oh, the origami, yes.
Yeah.
I will do more postings on my social media pages for origami. Okay, because I have not yet taken any pictures of it yet. But the work is there. I was just keeping it myself currently. But now, as I'm expanding, and with Yvette, based on Looking to Learn, you will see me more on Looking to Learn and my social media pages.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I see do really cool videos where it's like a piece of paper, then you just go like this, and then it's something. A swan or something.
Yeah.
It was actually to the mountain, to Overkop.
Yeah.
I don't know how you will do it. Fold that, like a 3D origami thing.
I think I'm gonna make a spinner, a neck spinner for you guys. Then you can see how I'm doing the spinner, because it's the majority of the ages, like in age range, everybody likes those type of origami. It's actually very advanced. But if you understand how it's working, it's actually simple.
And that's what.
It looks complicated, but the moment you start with the paper folding, it's actually like a pattern. And then it's folding into each other, the spinners.
Yeah, when you said no, it's actually procedure, I was like, yeah, this is Andre, and he totally gets it. It's like it's not the same for all of us, Andre.
It's true, yeah, it's true. And that's where the interpretation and perceptual situation is coming in.
But then I could see that why would make sense for you, and that simplicity. But yeah, each to their own specialities. But we can learn from you, so I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre.
Yes, thank you, Yvette, for the opportunity, and thank you for you guys that was watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.